right, I think we can get started. It's really cool to do another AMA with you guys. And today we're gonna do number 12 already. Time flies when you're having fun. So yeah, at the top of this of the spaces you can see online team deathmatch we just played together, which was really cool. We're still planning to release the alpha build this month, so keep a close eye on our announcements. We're going to open up the alpha build for holders, and we're really excited, to get some feedback as well, but also have you guys to play some online team deathmatch and see who is the best. So we want to focus today on talking about the staking. Because we're going to release next week the staking pools, but we also want to clarify a little bit and give you guys a little bit more information regarding this. So a quick update on this is that, again, staking pool will be launched next week, and this is a replacement for the snapshots of the token airdrop and pre-allocation for buying the tokens. So if you stake a dog and a tank, you will be able to collect C Panzer tokens, and the amount of C Panzer tokens determines the amount of Panzer tokens you will get during the Panzer airdrop. And this will happen right before the IDO. Staking rarer dogs and tanks does give you a higher yield of C Panzer tokens. That's important to note. And pre-IDO allows stakers to buy Panzer before the initial IDO. That's Arya will explain a little bit more in detail. But basically, with the C Panzer token, will determine what your allocation will be. So you'll be able to buy Panzer tokens before the public IDO. And the IDO will be public, and it is planned still for Q2 2022. I'll give a bit more details around that. But Arjen will first explain how we are calculating your allocation for the airdrop and for your allocation when you want to buy tokens.
So we introduced the C Panzer token, and you will get those when you stake your NFTs. So I'm just going to give you an example of how it will be calculated. So we plan to release a set amount of tokens every day. So at the end of every day, we will, for example, distribute 1,000 C Panzer tokens among the staking pool. So after we've distributed those, you will have to claim them. So there's an action involved in that, but it allows us to it rewards you for being active, which is something I really like actually. Let's say there's 100 tanks staked in the pool, and you have staked 3 of them. Well, that means you have 3% of the pool power, and you will get 3% of those 1,000 tokens. So there's no locking period, so you can stake and unstake your NFTs whenever you want. You will need to wait, however, for the distribution in order to claim some. Also, if you stake your NFTs, they will still be usable in game, so you can still play the game and enjoy them. And also, when we launch the staking pools, we will just have dog and tank pools at the moment, like just one of each. Where the dog pools will have slightly better rewards because they're simply a bit more worth. They have a higher floor price. You don't need specific pairs. You can just stake any Panzerdog NFT that you want. And later we are going to release pools for rare tanks, rare dogs, and those will have their own token distribution, and because the pool is more premium, you will get a higher percentage of that pool if you stake your NFTs there. But when they launch, you can still stake your rare NFTs in the normal pools, and then later stake them in the different pool. And that's it.
Cool. I know this is. Let me put you on mute. All right, cool. Can you guys hear me? Oh yeah. Yeah. So I know this is a lot of information. So we're gonna write a Medium article as well to explain it more in detail next week, so that at any given time you can read about it. I also want to let you guys know that the total indicative value of the Panzer token airdrop distribution is around $2 million. I just want to emphasize indicative because we're still talking to some investors for the private round, so we can start valuing the project. But all in all, you guys will have a good portion of the tokens that will be distributed. Again, I want to emphasize on launching the token. The launch of the token, it's still planned for Q2 2022, the IDO. There's still a lot of behind-the-scenes work and talks on organizing a token launch for a European-based company. And currently we're in contact with the best tax and legal advisors to organize this. Again, we're not an anonymous project, so we have to do this the right way. So there's also some community questions for this week. The first one is, can you tell us a little bit more about your plans for the Panzerdogs DAO? And I believe Hernan will answer this question.
Yeah, we already addressed this earlier in an earlier AMA, but our holders are able to vote for some key decisions about the game. Some examples like what map should we build, what new mode should we add, for example, like capture the flag or some other mode. So these kind of decisions, we're gonna let the community decide on which direction we're going to head to. But yeah, more details in the future. First, we gotta focus on releasing the alpha version.
Cool. And the next question is, how do you think you can motivate players that don't have a dog and tank to keep playing?
Yeah, again, it is mentioned earlier. So we are planning for users to be able to start for free. We want to collect as many users as possible. After all, this is an online multiplayer, so we want to have more players playing the game. So the idea is, players that play through the PvE will be able to sort of earn their way in. They're able to get a non-unique dog and a tank. And there's also plans for the renting of tanks. And the way to motivate players, we did describe a lot in the white paper already. So there are loot boxes, and there's a leveling progression. So you earn XP that allows you to level up, and then you'll get rewards for that. And all in all, so players are motivated to keep leveling up and get rewards. So they get new NFTs that can also include skins and also tanks, and they'll be able to craft, etc. So yeah, lots of stuff to do in the game and to keep being motivated.
Cool. And our last question from the community is, are there any plans for new modes like Horde mode, Battle Royale, single player, etc.?
Yeah, so at the moment our focus is pretty much primarily on getting multiplayer up and running. But we do plan on seriously experimenting with a lot of new modes once that's in a comfortable state. As you can imagine, it's a bit difficult and kind of lame to be testing brand new modes like completely offline with only bots. So you'll have to bear with us for the time being as we focus on multiplayer infrastructure. But you'll be seeing a lot of new modes coming soon after that.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. Yeah, we have some really cool collaborations actually coming up the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned. I think some of them will be really surprising, and yeah, it will be really cool if you guys all are going to participate. But I'm pretty sure you guys will like this a lot. So if you have any questions, please raise your hand. We would be happy to answer any questions that you have. All right, it doesn't seem that anyone has questions, but I do want to repeat and remind everyone that our staking pools will be live next week. At the same time, we will also release a Medium article to explain how the staking pools will work, and we have some really cool collaborations coming up the next couple of weeks. So stay tuned, and thank you for listening. Oh wait, there's a couple of questions. Awesome. David, can you invite them to be a speaker?
Hello?
Hey, Nate.
Yes.
How's it going?
I'm doing good. You guys mentioned the loot boxes. Does that mean there will be in-game transactions, or does the loot box mean they earned it from like playing the game?
Yeah, there'll be in-game transactions. So you will have to purchase a loot box and then open them up. So it's not it's not collected in game, but you have to purchase it.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Hey there, Sam Borgar. How are you? You're muted,
okay.
so
Hello.
if you could unmute yourself. Oh,
Okay.
hey, how's it
Hi,
going?
I'm fine. How are you? I want to ask a question. For those who are just looking at the games and your company. If you just suggest me like one game to try that you made, because I'm thinking of entering, okay, and of buying some NFTs. Like if you can just tell me any game. Just I saw that you have so much games in so many games, but what can you tell me to try out from what you have in the market?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for considering buying a Panzerdog NFT.
Yeah, thank you.
So we made multiple mobile games, and I think the one that resembles Panzerdogs the most is probably going to be Thunderdogs. So we definitely recommend to test Thunderdogs. But at the same time, we also made, for example, Beat Street, which is a mid-core beat 'em up.
Okay.
So we recommend to play those two, which we think resembles Panzerdogs the most.
Okay, and your top, your best game is one of these two, for like which you consider to be your best game? Yeah.
Well, I think each game has their own uniqueness, right? So, I mean, there's been so much passion put into each game, so it's really hard for us as a team to say like, this is the best game. I mean, some games have, for example, more downloads, or some have a longer engagement time. But I mean, I would say like, so if you would ask me personally, I would say Beat Street, for example. But if someone else from the team would speak, they maybe they would recommend another game.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks. I believe we have one more question. from Skazi, but he's not a speaker yet. Cool, we have Weston here. Hey, how are you?
Well,
Weston, how's it going?
I guess Twitter decided to inadvertently dox me. It switched my accounts, but whatever. Yeah, so quick question, two questions. This is Skazi, by the way. I had a question about, for one, boosting. I know right now, like, it boosts automatically. I guess I'm wondering if maybe closer to production, could it be possible that, we are able to manually boost based on like a recharge meter or something like that?
So it's something that's crossed my mind, definitely, because people want to have that extra fine control. Yeah, you have to think about the trade-offs in terms of like what you can do for like alternative place like control schemes like mobile, for example. It becomes rather difficult to have an extra input. Like every extra input you add
Complicates.
adds a lot of complexity of the game. Yeah.
Sure.
So it's something that is crossing my mind, and it's something I want to think about. You also got to think about as well, like there's a lot of stat trade-offs already for like time to boost and stuff like
Sure.
that. But so we'd have to rebalance around an alternative boost style. So
Yeah.
I'm currently sticking with what we have, but it's something that we'll continuously look at, and if we feel it's necessary, we'll certainly change it. So
I mean, obviously, in any like competitive game, I think the more fine control, the better. But I understand where you're coming from like a development and technical standpoint. I mean, but yeah, that time to boost, because that is what made me think of it. I was looking at the tank parts, and that time to boost could just be a contributor to the meter instead.
Yeah, exactly. It's something that we'd have to really look at.
Sure, fair enough. And then my other question kind of revolved around, general customization, and maybe this is something I should already know. Maybe this is straight up in the white paper. But I know we'll be able to like craft and combine different parts to create parts of a higher rarity. But let's say we have a couple dogs, and then we have like twice that many tanks. Can we simply just deconstruct and reconstruct tanks with the parts that we already have?
Yes. So if you have a tank, you'll be able to deconstruct it into its constituent parts again, and then reform them into a new tank.
And I assume that's a bit of a burn sink too, right? Like you have to spend currency to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks. That's all I had.
Thank you. I believe there's no more questions. All right, I think that's it for today. Thanks a lot, guys. Great questions again. And yeah, we're really excited to launch the staking pool. And also, yeah, keep following us, keep looking at our socials, because there's some really cool collaborations coming up. But I want to thank you for listening in. Oh, there's one more question. Let me accept that one. David.
Hi.
Hey there, how are you?
I'm fine. I have one question, just one more, please. So the tanks have three parts. So I have one part that I really like, and I'm thinking of getting two other parts. Can I deconstruct my tank and just get the parts that I need and reconstruct it back?
Yes, that's the idea.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks for asking.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that'll be all.
Cool. Thanks. I think it's really cool that we get so many questions around constructing and deconstructing tanks. So we are already working on the UI for the garage. So we probably will share some more UI images of how the garage is going to look like. But we're very excited to for you guys to start deconstructing and constructing tanks again. All right, cool. Thanks a lot, everyone. And talk to you soon. Cheers.
Cheers, guys. See you later.